Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to IXION. Last episode, we finally got a little bit of work done around the base, the station. We've got a decent amount of food going using the farms. We did a little bit of rearranging and reorganizing. We now have the initial Sector 1 that was originally where we started in, built out as a space sector, is currently fixing one of our miners, I guess, and has a bunch of the EVA airlocks, as well as our crew training facility for when we get ready to start thinking about doing colonizations. And I've done a small amount of work here, just kind of shuffling a few things around. Still not quite finished here, but I figured it's time to poke the button and start the game. We did in the last episode unlock a couple of things, or at least do a little bit of work. One of which is a fire station, which I'm not going to be building anytime soon. I know that sounds kind of silly, but the game's going to give us plenty of time to understand that we're going to need to do some fire work or fire station things, so it's going to be a little while before we bother messing with that. And we also managed to, I believe, we're working on doing right now the Legislative Strengthening Center, which is basically a police station or whatever you want to call it. Once we get that one unlocked, that will give us the entire fourth ring, which means we can go back to working on our tech lab and making our tech lab better. We also went and got a whole bunch of, well, we got some more science from over here, and we have several more science machines or science ships capable of doing some things. Plus, we did see one of these over here, and I forgot to poke the button on that one. We'll do that. That should be another planet, so that this one can go do some things. So let's start working through these. Fargo. Let's see. Now we can see something that's interesting right here because of the fact we decided to do some things. Probe scans have picked up an emergency message broadcasting on a DOLOS frequency. However, the transmission protocol is different to the one used by the Tiqqun and its auxiliary craft. A window of opportunity appears to be opening. A temporary cessation of the high winds of Fargo have given us a clear zone in which to operate. Transmission from the Lavoisier's team. We took advantage of the drop in the wind speed to descend and land on the planet. The gravity is intense. Several of our measuring instruments have failed. Despite the extremely hostile environment, however, we're preparing to make a sortie on this signal location, and it wants us to do a few things. This is one of the reasons why I decided we were going to do a little bit of work, is because it says option is unlocked by exoskeletons. We wouldn't be able to do this without that, and this is a fairly dangerous planet. So we're going to go ahead and do this and let them do a little bit of research on that planet. Now, we're going to go over to MacR, and we're going to do the same thing. Probe sensors have detected traces of a DOLOS EKP signature over or near the planet. Tracking its trajectory, it appears to have entered the planet's atmosphere. Coordinates of a potential crash site have been established. The planet's surface temperature is extremely low. Reaching the crash site, the Faraday team found the remains of a science ship frozen in the ice. All right. Thaw the ice by venting the Faraday's fuel cells, drill through the ice, and investigate the wreck using a borescope. Let's just do the thing that we know is going to give us a lot more stuff. And one of you guys that is not doing anything can go do that. Why don't you go do that, please? And then they'll get that sorted. So that'll give us a couple of things to do. I do want to go ahead and tell these mining ships actually go ahead and just chew through anything you can find for right now, and we do need to go look for a little bit more ice at least. There's some right there, and I need to get another probe going. I need to get another probe launcher set up, built, but the way that this is going to work for right now will be perfectly fine. We're probably going to shuffle some more things around in here, and I might try to see about squeezing together some of this a little bit more so I can kind of maybe fit it in line right here, so that I can push another probably probe launcher right here, because I do want a few more things. Probe
has completed its scan.
What did you find? And that doesn't work on clicking on that thing. You have to click over here. All right, we got another planet with another 15 research. Plymouth. Contact. Go over there and go get us some stuff. Which one is it? This one? We've arrived at the source of the signal transmission. We found a cargo ship of unknown class that bears a resemblance to those that we use on the Tiqqun. It is embedded within a rock face below a large promontory. High winds are making its balance unstable. Let's see. Let's do Well, let me see. Recover archive data from the ship and return to that one. Recover cargo ship, recovering archive data, return to the DOLOS AEC. Let's just force the... Yeah, do that. Let's see what they can do there. I'm always about trying to break people. Why not? Well, I'm not breaking people, but you know, we're gonna do what we can to try to recover as much as we can. Because, you know, science. Oh, I missed a bunch of that right there. Get some more iron. We need all the alloy we can get. Oh, of course, that's what happens. We've got two more cycles over here. You guys have 4 cycles there. Let's go inside, do a little bit of fooling around. Now, part of one of the things that we're going to need to do, and we'll go ahead and pause the game while we sit here and look at it, is test colonization protocols. We need to train 30 colonists using this colonization training center. Now, this is a pain because it trains up to 30 colonists over 5 cycles using 1 chip. And if we set it to train automatically, it will just continuously pump out colonists. A colonist, which is really nice at this point, is it's going to give our non-workers something to do, finally, or at least be available to do a few things. I'm going to just turn this on. I'm just going to let it create stuff because we're going to need colonists as we go. Plus, it gives people, I do believe it gives people a little bit of a benefit into their happiness because you have a whole bunch of people that aren't doing anything anymore. They're now colonist-capable people. Since this is our space sector, this is a perfect place to keep them as well. So what we'll do is we'll slowly cycle out all of the workers out of this sector that we don't necessarily need, push them to the other sectors, and bring all of the non-workers in here so that we can train them to become colonists. We're going to need 30 at least at the bare minimum for right now, and it's going to take a little while. I mean, it's going to use 1, so we should be able to get most of that done. And for that matter, like I said, we've got 167 non-workers in this sector right now. We have, well, I think we could probably move at least another 30 workers out of this sector into either one of these other 2 sectors to be able to do a little bit more fun stuff. So I might split those either direction and then start moving the non-workers that we moved everywhere else back into this so that they can all become colonists. Yeah, it might waste some circuit chips. We're going to work on that as we go. That's part of the reason why I've got some of this going over here. We're actually now making enough waste that we can run 2 of these waste treatment centers. So that's the reason why I moved this.
Has completed its scan.
Let's go ahead and build another one of these. And I think we can do...
The science ship has arrived.
Yeah, I think we'll do that right there, and that'll allow us to have a little bit... Let go. That'll allow us to have a little bit more storage room right here.
A new request awaits your attention.
Oh, good Lord. What do we want now?
A science ship team has completed a task.
Whole bunch of stuff all happening at the same time. What do you want? Administrator with discoveries of the Etementes... I know how to say this. Etamenenki, or something like that, attracts on the attack on the Protagoras. Many of the crew's theories about the UN's animosity towards Dolos have been confirmed. The crew has been shaken, learning that they were struck with the seal of banishment by the former authorities of Earth. This will increase the prevalence of the dead Earth sickness in the Tiqqun. Now, one thing that we did get that in between episodes that I didn't get to say anything about was we got the -1 from spending too long in the system. Again, that's just a thing that happens every single time you deal with it. Of course, they're going to have a little bit of problem. We're all right with how things are going right now. However, we're going to probably have to worry about what we're going to do. Everybody should be +1, except for this one right now. Because they don't have... They should be... Yeah. Waste recycling, intense. Why are you not happy? Propaganda, hull integrity, people living mostly in optimized quarter. Alternative lives. Oh. It's because it got into an accident. Whatever, we're fine. Whoop, don't do that again. All right, so given all the stuff, I think we had a bunch of things happen out here we want to kind of pay attention to, right? All right, Valiant, you have shown up to see what is going on here. Looks like we found something. This is what made them mad, is because this is the UN thingy. Summer of intelligence on Valiant 71 scans. The planet is dead and devoid of activity of any kind. However, our scans have located the remains of a ship in orbit on the planet. The wreck of the UN warship Huzinga orbits Valiant 71. In a twist of fate, it seems that after hunting down DOLOS survivors, it fell to something even more dangerous than itself. We have visual on a cluster of UN emergency cryopods drifting towards the planet. If we don't intervene, they'll enter the planet's atmosphere and be incinerated. These people attacked us. These are people that literally came and attacked us because of whatever happened, and they can all die. Now, we're going to try, mainly because I think we need to kind of do a little bit of stuff to figure out what happened. So we're going to analyze the wreck. Those people tried to kill us, or tried to kill our people. They can just all burn for all I care. Oh, looky here. Usable components from the wreckage have been conditioned and prepared for extraction. The Faraday's team was able to recover data that revealed the cause of the science ship's crash, named the Ameriplace. This ship belonged to second-generation Taurus-class superstructure called the Protagoras. Following some sort of attack by the Etamanenki, the UN ship, the Ameriplace, attempted emergency landing on Mac-R. Coming in too fast, was almost completely vaporized on impact. The crew manifest has been recovered, and we get high-quality lubricants upgrade for the workshop. We also get 45 cents and a bunch of stuff. Nice. Science we need.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Are we done? All right, we've returned to the Lavoisier. Recovered data has been secured and analyzed. For the cargo ship, she almost broke up, leaving the planet's atmospheres, but seems to have held up okay. Basically, what we did is we used a little bit more of our time to tell the ship to blow itself back off the top of the surface of the planet out to the outside of the atmosphere, so that we could actually do a little bit more recovery, which is amazing. So that should have been the last traces. We found all 3 traces. Now we have a phone call, and now we're going to have to do the thing.
Administrator, we have collected and analyzed enough data to locate the Protagoras on the planetary system map via probe scan.
Alrighty then, so we should be able to now find it. We'll do a little bit more fun. I guess we're going to end up possibly getting some more of these. Well, that's interesting. I didn't expect to get
Ship team has completed
anything as far as those go. Nice. Are we done with this? Oh, no. Yeah, that's what we got off of Fargo. I'm still thinking that we're over here looking at Valiant. By being able to move the people, or move the ship off of the surface of the planet, we were able to get some more people, which is nice. Cool. Can I get some way of moving them over? Can I borrow one of you guys? All right. Who's not busy right now? Standing by. All right, I'm gonna move. Let's move Wallow, just so that we know what the name is. Fairly simple. Don't dismantle, just unassign. Then we're going to move Wallow over here. Thank you. And then I'm going to move this one, that one over here. Nice. Okay. Go ahead, turn that on. We're going to eventually start working on the silicon again. I need to continuously kind of move some of these around. An electronics factory will fit right there just fine. But I think probably what we'll do first off is I'll build a bunch of batteries back here just so that we can kind of just do things that way. Where are we? What were we doing? We needed to bring in Wallow into the... I'm going to just kind of let the game run for a little bit just to make sure that it moves over here. We're going to turn this back on. We're going to turn that back on. And we're going to immediately thaw every one of those people out. You, sir, go get all 40 of those people, please. And I need to teach one of you guys. Apparently, I thought I had this turned on. Do you guys just go get a little bit of that then? Thank you. Cool. What did we unlock? I forget what we were working on. Oh, yes. The Legislative Strengthening Center. We don't need this. We're not... Our trust is not down. People are not mad at us. Kind of thing. All right, 54 more science. That actually, with the opening of that, should now open up the last ring of things, but it's also going to allow us to do some more research in here. This is 5 units every 5 cycles, and this is research speed is increased by 40%. Well, we're going to go ahead and do that one and then that one. And that'll make that thing even better. That's the beauty of the way the game plays. After a while, you can just flat out just crank tons of science out with that thing. Did he go get all of the people? We're going to get them slowly. All right, Fargo. We need to go do some more scanning. Wow, there's a whole bunch of iron over there. We out of planets? No, there's an awful lot of ice right there. I want a planet. Hey, we've got 15 colonists up and working on that part too, but we're going to go ahead and do a bunch of just scanning and let these guys just chew on some things, and we should be good to do a little bit more work. Train 30 columnists. Now, columnists. No, what we're going to do is we're just going to have that sit there and make colonists so that we have actual people doing the work here. It won't hurt us. Plus, like, there's really not a whole lot of stuff we need those chips for at this point anyway.
An accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
I think everything looks good so far. This direction, that direction. I forgot to tell you to be oops. Well, that was an oops on my part. No, you need to make those. I forgot to turn that to the other thing. That way we're making these instead of steel. We got plenty of steel, alloy, whatever you're gonna call it. We got plenty of alloy floating around. We got 400 alloy. Actually, we need to go do a little bit more scanning just to make sure that our miners are doing all of the work that they need to be doing. And then we'll check our science ships. Let me find... Can I get that carbon in too? Bang, good. Now our ships are apparently these ships and the other ships are not affected by whatever this is. I'm assuming it's like cold, just looking by the color. I'm gonna try to stay away from this as much as possible, but then we might try to do a little bit more scanning. I mean, I need to try to scan out on the other side of that. I have a feeling there's something behind there, given the way game designs work. So, all right, has been punctured by many small telluritic objects that orbit at high speed around Valiant 71. However, some of the hull punctures cannot be ascribed to this alone. Though mostly destroyed, the technologies on board are significantly more advanced compared to those of the Tiqqun. The team's mission reports provide useful data and support our own ongoing research development initiatives. Thank you guys very much for your upgrade and some more science. I'm sorry I let you die. Not really. Who's not doing anything? Fargo. This is Lavoisier. Lavoisier, I have a new thing for you to do. That. We're going to kind of just hopscotch these guys out this direction. And what's the next big thing? Where is it? Come on, where are you? Right there's the next big thing.
A probe has completed its scan.
All right, we're going to shut this off for right now, and I guess since we have a decent amount of things going on here, I need to move this so that we can get that electronics factory in here so we can start burning up some of this this silicon that we've been pulling in. That's going to hurt more than I think I want to. No, we've got stuff over here that's not doing anything. Do me a favor, guys. You can take this. I need to go and not do this. I shouldn't have put this over here to begin with, but it doesn't really matter at this point. You don't do carbon. You can do carbon, and you can get turned on. You can get turned on, and since there's probably going to be a bunch of excess stuff, what's it got in it? It's not going to be happy. We can do polymer, turn that one on. Now, we should have plenty of people now to move a few people over here from here. Yes, we do have a little bit of people. Let's move 20 of them from only workers, sector 1 to sector 2, please, before something explodes over here and everybody gets mad at me. Actually, I guess I can shut one of those down. There we go. Since we're short on the FE.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We'll let that all move.
Population transfer complete.
What did we find? We found the Protagoras. We found the Protagoras, ladies and gentlemen. There she be. Well, alrighty, we have time. Who's gonna go do the hopscotch? Valiant, who's this? Is this Contact? Contact has been our first ship forever. You go see what's going on over there. And at Tatra V8, what do we got going on? Our probes detected electromagnetic signature from an operational DOLOS device. It appears that to be an unidentified cargo ship navigating among the hydrogen and helium clouds of Tatra V8 is not responding to its communication attempts. Extremely violent hurricanes move through the atmosphere of this planet. We're having difficulty maneuvering and fear that we may be struck by lightning at any moment. We've successfully located the cargo ship. It does not seem to notice our presence. Why don't you just see if anybody says anything? And I guess while we're at it, more iron, please. Oh, it's a long haul, but we'll go ahead and do that one. We've got lots of cargo ships now. We can move quite well. Of course, they're doing a bunch of work right here, so that's fine. All right, what are we doing indoors? Is this all moved? Almost. Go ahead, delete you. Yes. And as soon as that one gets moved,
a science ship team has
that can get deleted as well. And they've got 8 people in here they're not happy about. Well, I can fix that given some of this fun stuff. Those should be done. Family at work, research speed. We'll just deal with that right now. I'm going to go ahead and do the additional beds research. Actually, we're not quite there yet. I don't want to be doing this. I guess we could open up this, but no. Let's just do additional beds. Everybody can have more storage space for humans in houses by 30%, and then we'll mess with the rest of this. I need a factory of this proportion here.
Science ship has arrived.
And I want to shut it off so that it doesn't turn on immediately, because that's going to hurt us for the amount of people that we've got. What do we got going on? Tatra, we'll do you first. Comms link, the cargo ship was established, but the Velocier's crew received nothing except white noise in response to their hails. Well, see what's going on with this thing. All right, here we go with the fun stuff. The Protagoras. Our probe has succeeded in locating the Protagoras. Visuals reveal that the DOLOS station is encased in ice and is not transmitting any signals. Transmission from the contacts team. We're holding position next to the Protagoras. Its hull has been ripped open and its exterior systems are severely damaged. Although the outer superstructure appears to be more advanced, its similarities to the Tiqqun are striking. The access to the station's main computer systems, to access the station's main computer systems and retrieve vol coordinates, we must first break through the ice and get on board. Well, make ice. Additional beds have unlocked. That's beautiful. That means now all of these, or at least this, should now have a reasonably good amount of stuff. So they can hold, what is it now? 52 people instead of the initial, I think, 40 or whatever it was. So that'll help us out for a while. And there's another advancement to these. We'll be able to get it. It's called the Domatic Quarter, I believe, which is Domatic Quarter, whatever this is. these will hold a really large amount of people as we go along, but I think our next major one for the housing is going to be the Nahi Quarter Protocol, because that will make a lot of waste for us that will allow us to run a whole bunch of these things. I think the next big thing we're going to do is, do we have enough people to turn this on in this sector? Yes, turn it on, get it working. Cool. Now that's going to chew through some of the silicon we're going to find here. And again, I want to just make as many of these as we can, because we're going to be making as many of these colonists as we can right now. Plus, I do think what I do want to do fairly soon is we're going to start looking at making more of our solar panels on the outside of the, on the outside of the station. We've got plenty of food. I mean, I could build another one of these, but whatever, we'll leave it alone. If I need to, I can turn this one on and off as need be. There's always an accident in the Tiqqun. Why? Oh.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Crap, I forgot I did this with that, didn't I? I'm sorry, buddy. You were doing the right thing in the wrong sector. Right. Well, that's cool. Now I have to, I guess I'm glad I did all of this. We'll turn this on, make that iron. We'll turn this on, make that silicon. We'll go over to this sector, sector 1, iron minimum, silicon minimum, or silicon, whatever. And those will get moved out of there, I think. Number 2, sector 2, we need to do all. And all. Thank you. And that'll move those out of there and then put it over here. People do we have not doing things here? We have, well, not a lot. How many people does that take? 15? Go ahead, turn that on. Is that going to make this one mad at me? No. Okay, we're actually sitting pretty decent. We need 30 more people to turn this on, but I think for the moment we're doing reasonably well on lots of materials. We got plenty of iron, and I really need to make up my decision which direction I want to kind of build stuff from now on, because I kind of tend to not remember I can flip it around, plus it's just easier this way. But either way, it doesn't really matter. We're going to build sectors in however way that they tend to work to make it the easiest for us. All right, science. Science, 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 science. Those are the quarters. The last thing I want to do in here for sure is whatever we can do. So this is the next one. It's going to cost us 40. And then I want to start working on the waste treatment center here so that we can start getting a little bit more of this kind of goodness here. Plus, there's some really cool stuff that's going to show up over here. So train stations, drone bays. This is some really good use for moving things back and forth. There's some other things over here, like that health center will allow us to locate a single hospital in one sector instead of having these little infirmaries all over the place. But that's going to require us to crack open another one of these sectors, and I think that's probably going to happen, well, probably next time. We're going to let this kind of run a little bit, I think, now that everything seems to be okay. How are we doing out here? You guys have dug all that up. Now we've got a bunch of mining ships headed over to here. Boarding the cargo ship was successful. Inside, the team found a PA piloting the ship. Well, let's see what the deal was going on with the PA then. And the Protagoras, you're not quite getting there. Oh, we've already done it. We have entered the Protagoras. There are signs of past conflict and floating corpses everywhere. We have found numerous cryopods, probably from emergency crew evacuation procedures. Many of the station's sectors are depressurized and heavily damaged. Most all areas show signs of looting. We've managed to run diagnostic routines by connecting one of the station's terminals. Following DOLOS confidentiality protocols, the mission report on the Protagoras status has been encrypted and can be analyzed in the tech lab. What else can we do? So we get 60 science and 950 people. Amazing. We'll have to do the decryption after we get done doing some more science and a couple of other things. We need to find a valuable planet. Let's go see if we can do more stuff. I believe there shouldn't be any more stuff out here as far as the the little stripes are concerned, I should say the thing. There's another one, right? Where is it? It is such a pain in the butt sometimes to find things. There, right there, we'll scan that sector. And we're now going to be able to accumulate another almost 1,000 people to add to our space station. Hello, emails. I think we'll start working on that in the next episode after we read a couple of other things. What have you got here? Protagoras was haunted by the Etamanenki. The UN was ruthless and systematically investigated all areas of space they knew the Protagoras to operate in. Key part of their plan was involved infiltrating Dolos from the inside and sowing the dissent among the Protagoras crew. A mutiny forced the Protagoras to stop in this system for longer than planned. The rebels gained access to the command terminal and transmitted the Protagoras' exact coordinates to the Etamanenki. That's why when my parents put me in this body and left me here to play with the wind forever. That's pretty sad. We can recover the ship and disconnect the PA, and that will get us another cargo ship, of which I'm going to have to go build another docking bay for. We found the Protagoras. We're going to work through that system once we do a little bit more research, and we're going to go see what that dot has to offer us in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all then.